Scary Reddit Stories Part 73. This happened in Townsend, Massachusetts in the late 80s. My parents' lawyer comes home from work to find his wife and two kids are at bed in DR01 in bathtubs. When the news hit the next morning, there were no suspects. People were freaking out. This was a huge thing in our town of 8,000 people. Nobody used to lock their doors, but I remember my father putting deadbolts on that very afternoon. Everybody in school was scared shitless. Then the next day came, and we find out that the suspect was this 17-year-old kid Danny LaPlante. Every kid knew who that was. He was that one everyone was scared of because he seemed wrong. I remember the few friends Danny had was taunting a kid, mean but harmless in retrospect, when Danny came out of nowhere and broke his arm. It was reckless, and he was only 13 at the time. Things got even scarier because they couldn't find him. Word was that he knew the woods like the back of his hand and he was running around out there. That scared the shit out of me because our house was right against wilderness. At night I snuck down to the basement, grabbed my dad's machete, and put it under my bed. Finally, they caught him. And then the news came out with a terrifying crime he committed when he was 15. This girl who had broken up with Danny 2 weeks earlier hadn't seen him since. Weirdly, no one had. The girl was babysitting her sisters and watching Nightmare on Elm Street while her father was out. The movie finished and the girls went off to change for bed. At the same time the dad came home. The youngest, 8 or so, was in her bedroom. She opened her closet and found Danny standing there with a hatchet. He was dressed in her dead mother's clothes with makeup smeared on his face. He told her to be quiet and tied her up. He eventually tied up the whole family in the bedroom. He told them he was going to kill them, he'd be right back, so start praying. Thankfully, the youngest was able to wriggle free. She jumped out of the window and ran to the neighbor's house, who called the cops before coming back over with a gun to free the family. He freed the dad and the daughters, but didn't see Danny. Cops came and couldn't find him either. The family stays with relatives for 2 weeks to get away from the house. In that time nobody's found Danny. Eventually the family must come back home. They drive home from their relatives and pull in their driveway, only to see Danny standing in the window. The father starts yelling. Neighbors come over and they surround the house. Cops come and search the house. Once again they don't find Danny, but they find a very disturbing scene. Pennies are glued to the ceiling. Strange writings are on the wall. All of their clothes, furniture, and everything else had been jacked off on. They search the house and find nothing until a cop in the basement hears a noise coming from behind the washing machine. Cops rush in and pull the washing machine away from the wall and find a hole. In that hole is Danny.